Hello, Ted. How are you?
Oh, hi. I'm doing great. You?
Yes, I'm great too, although we are expecting some troubles maybe in Senate. And I would like to ask you what you think about Czech circuses possibly being banned.
Well, that's very sad to me. There's never been any scientific evidence that there's cruelty issues or problems in circuses. Circuses are very open to the public. So if the public sees something, it's easy to call in or to call and get authorities there to inspect or to check, what's going on. My studies, I studied circuses for about 15, 20 years, more than 20 years here in the US, and was involved with a couple circuses in Italy 2 years ago. They're fairly uniform because many of the acts have come across the ocean and they exchange ideas and they follow each other and they have similar issues. So what's in the States isn't too different from what's in Europe, but Europe is usually ahead of us as far as animal welfare issues go.
Cirkus nemůže a nikdy to nebylo a ani nebude, aby přispíval k záchraně ohrožených druhů.
During my lifetime, I've talked to many conservationists in Africa, around the world, here, and I've asked them when was their first experience with an animal or what got them really interested in their life's work, which is conserving big cats, elephants, whatever the species happens to be. And they generally say, they've always said, the first time they've experienced them was in circuses. And that's when they made this connection where they saw the animal in circus bus. You can see them up front and close, much closer than you can see them in any zoo. Okay. And the zoos, when I was a kid, the animals were away behind several sets of bars. You could toss a peanut to the elephant, but that was about it. But in circus, they're almost in your lap and they're well trained. And you can usually go out back and watch those magnificent animals. The circus that I was traveling, circuses that I was staying with in Italy did a very good job of bringing people in behind, the tent into the back, into the yard to see the animals, to greet the animals, watch the handlers and trainers play with the animals. Their cats were just like members of the family. They're very, very useful source of stimulation for people, and conservation becomes more important. Animals are becoming extinct. We need to motivate people to help conserve those animals in Africa, in India, and around the world. And you really don't conserve. There's an old saying, you don't conserve what you don't know about or what you haven't experienced. And it gives you a way of experiencing animals in these circuses too. Another interesting thing that we've had in some European countries and places is that when circuses are being criticized, still you have 50,000 or 100,000 people who pay money to go see the circus each year. And they're voting with their pocketbooks that they don't think there's an issue.
That's true.
Or that they think that the circus is fine from their perception and what they've seen.
Zatímco zoologické zahrady udělali ohromný skok dopředu, to nejsou ani kroky za posledních 20-30 let, kdy se snaží velmi důsledně dbát biologických potřeb zvířat, zvětšují si výběhy, je snaha o to, aby zvířata měla činnost, ale přirozenou činnost v těch zahradách a celá ta aktivita je směřovaná k záchraně druhů, k pomoci ohroženým druhům. Zatímco v cirkusu jsou zvířata držena v malém prostoru, jsou neustále stěhována z místa na místo, nemají vlastně svůj prostor, své teritorium, na které jsou zvyklé, ale neustále se to mění.
What do you think about the point Senator Rabas in Czech Republic made that the circus in fact is outdated? What do you think about that?
Well, from my experience, circuses never had the boredom issue per se, because their animals were learning, being trained, exposed to different environments when they traveled. And traveling is a great stimulation. New place. Elephants love going to new places. All the elephants we ever saw. Cats loved it. It was an exciting period. They're at a new location. So they didn't have the boredom, but circuses have greatly expanded their space. They've also gone through an evolution in the last 20, 30 years. So they're spending, they used to talk about the artistic nature of their presentation. So I talked to some owners of our circuses and asked them to do more on the nature of the animal and conservation issues and to talk more about the animals. And they are concerned, the old family's concern was it would ruin the artistry of the event and what it looked like. Well, they should change. Yeah, they were worried about the artistry. They were great in the back, taking care of their animals, taking them for walks, giving them stimulation. But some of the old families were the artistry, and they're out of business. So.
He also says, I'm speaking about Abbas, that animals in circuses don't have a choice. They can't say no.
That couldn't be true. Well, the circuses that I know and that I've been with, basically they're checking the animals now to see if they will perform or want to perform that day. The Italian circuses I was with 2 years ago and other circuses, they're checking to see if their lions are willing to perform. As you try to force them to perform, it may not go well. And if they're having a bad day, like any performer or anyone who's going to have to try to do something that's challenging, if you're not at your best or not healthy and not in a good spirit, it won't work. It won't work well. And there's a huge amount of risk. So they always check to see how now, especially now, to check and see if the animal's going to be cooperative and do it willingly. And because they're using meat, lots of positive reward, and getting them into the act, into the circus tent is a reward in itself of activity. Most of their animals love doing that. 20 years ago, when I was traveling with a circus, big circus, had 5 rings, traveling with over 22 elephants, I asked them to hold one group of elephants back, not bring it into the performance ring, not skip the performance, but bring in the others, the rest of their elephants. So they brought in the other 4 groups of elephants, and we held one back, and that group performed its whole act outside. Of course, the trainers had to be careful, but the elephants were trying to break into the tent, but they had to control them and try to keep them back as the elephants went through the elements of their act. They were picking up cues from the music and picking up cues from other things, of course. And of course, that was conditioning, and they were well learned to, they learned to do that. But certainly it wasn't a terrible, painful thing. Otherwise, you don't do it when you don't have to do it, or when no one's there with you, or you're not in that tent. The same thing with cats and others. They're accustomed to it, and it's good stimulation, and they like that exercise, which zoos just can't do. So it's quiet, calm, and they end up almost depressed in many zoos. But zoos are working hard to change that. But the most many zoos can do is hide food someplace. And that's about all they do, is they can hide food here or there. They can't encourage them to do anything much newer than that or different than that. And that's what always impressed me when I see the elephants at a zoo. They have a big staff trying to put bananas in a different kind of container or put it high or low. But a circus or trained, tame animals that you have training on, you can do many more things with them and have them do many more things. And you can take them out of that enclosure, take them for walks. So, or have them do different sorts of activities.
You consider the human touch on animals a beneficial thing?
Oh, sure.
When they are kept.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they form a really an obvious pack. If it's a good trainer in good situations, they're there. What I liked about circuses was that they were there sort of like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which, yeah. And in zoos, when I talk to my zoo colleagues, the people working in zoos want to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. They want to take 2 days off. And that's hard to do now because that means you have a big, rapid turnover in employees. A lot of their zoo employees are not well paid. So you don't have that sort of dedicated 1 or 2 people who really know those animals really, really well. And the animals know them really well.
Co říkají vědecké studie? Svoboda zvířat staví svou argumentaci na studii Harris 2006 a budí dojem, že žádné studie, se kterými by byla tato v rozporu, neexistují. To ale není pravda. Už v roce 1990 zadala nejstarší britská ochranářská organizace RSPCA své vlastní zaměstnankyni doktorce Kylie Worthington zpracování studie o životě cirkusových zvířat. Závěry této dvouleté terénní studie pak RSPCA odmítla zveřejnit a doktorce Worthington nabídla peníze, pokud studii zatají. Opravdová ochránkyně zvířat peníze odmítla a studii vydala knižně. Vyhodnotila v ní totiž pohodu zvířat v cirkusech a zoo jako rovnocennou a zrušení cirkusů označila z mnoha důvodů za iracionální. Ale RSPCA nakonec našla vědce, který by téma zpracoval dle jejich zadání. Byl to doktor Stephen Harris z Bristolské univerzity. Harris byl už v roce 2000 souzen za desinterpretaci vědy, když manipuloval daty z pozice soudního znalce. Také bylo prokázáno, že od RSPCA přijal za posudky stovky tisíc liber. Původní cirkusovou studii Stephena Harrise z roku 2006 uvádí Svoboda zvířat na svých stránkách jako Harris 2006, Losa 2009 a Dorning 2016. Že jde o jeden tým a Harrisovi asistenty se už ze stránek nedozvíme. Nejde tedy vůbec o 3 nezávislé studie, ale pouze o jedno vědecky zdiskreditované dílo. Bohužel se pomocí Harrisovy studie aktivistům podařilo ve vládě prolobovat zákaz cirkusů v Anglii, Skotsku a Walesu. Zlom nastává v roce 2016, kdy se jeden z největších světových expertů na volně žijící druhy, dr. Ted Friend, emeritní profesor Texaské univerzity, obrací na Bristolskou univerzitu tvrdým otevřeným dopisem. Nutno dodat, že dr. Friend je nejcitovanějším odborníkem v Harrisově studii, tím pádem může také nejlépe posoudit kvalitu práce Harrisova týmu. Jeho otevřený dopis byl však tak zdrcující, že univerzita 2 měsíce po jeho obdržení ukončila s Harrisem pracovní poměr. Dr. Friend obvinil Stephena Harrise z bezprecedentní manipulace vědou, se kterou se nesetkal za 40 let své výzkumné práce. Profesor Friend také promluvil k italskému parlamentu, když v roce 2018 zjistil, že Harrisovy práce jsou jediným zdrojem informací vedoucím k posouzení zákazu cirkusu se zvířaty v Itálii. 3 nejdůležitější studie svobody zvířat se tedy ukazují jako práce jediného týmu, který v terénu nikdy nebyl a pouze od stolu dezinterpretoval výzkumy jiných vědců. Ale podívejme se, co Svoboda zvířat uvádí dále. Například studie Demběc 2004 hovořící o stresu spojeném s transporty zvířat se vůbec netýká cirkusů. Týká se zoologických zahrad, kde jsou zvířata převážena v opravdu malých transportních klecích. V cirkusech jsou zvířata převážena ve svých vlastních ubikacích, tedy ložnicích, a jsou na převozy zvyklá. Vědecký experiment doktora Immanuela Brimelina, který testoval cirkusové lvy před transportem, při něm i po transportu potvrdil, že cestování zvířata nestresuje. Doktorka Garay z vídeňské zoo zase píše, že většina cirkusových triků představuje pro zvířata zdravotní riziko a vede k bolestem a otokům. Pozice v sedě pak může vést k vážným problémům a dokonce i smrti. Na to se dá říct, že pokud by to byla pravda, tak už by všichni cirkusoví sloni byli dávno chromí nebo mrtví a podpořit to sérii obrázků sedících slonů ve volné přírodě. Nezisková organizace s honosně znějícím názvem Federace evropských veterinářů pak suše navrhuje cirkusová zvířata přemístit nebo utratit. Kampaň dále uvádí tvrzení téměř 30 vědců, že žádnými vědeckými argumenty nelze doložit vhodnost chovu cirkusových zvířat, což opět není pravda. Tito vědci pouze převzali výtah Harrisovy práce i s citacemi, jejíž autoři s touto interpretací svých výzkumů veřejně nesouhlasí. Nejšilenějším je pak prohlášení eticko-veganské psycholožky Anna Marie Manzoni, na kterém Svoboda zvířat postavila podobu své kampaně. Vidět zvíře spolupracovat s člověkem poškozuje děti. Ovšem, jelikož Manzoni předsedala italskému spolku Antispecista, tak také tvrdí, že děti poškozuje pití mléka, konzumace masa a vajec, chození do zoo a jízda na ponících. Kvůli tomuto přesvědčení se odmítá Manzoni k cirkusu vůbec přiblížit a nikdy tak nezjistí, že děti v cirkuse uvidí souhru mezi člověkem a zvířetem založenou na důvěře, lásce a vzájemném respektu. Pro cirkusové vědy je naopak docela dost. Dvouletá terénní studie doktorky Worthington, mnoho prací doktora Frenda, Nevilla, Alexandry Dornat, Immanuela Birmelina, zevrubný Radford Report nebo mnoho dopisů a prohlášení veterinářů, kteří cirkusová zvířata ošetřují a vidí, že jsou ve skvělém stavu. Proč o těchto studiích naši politici ani veřejnost neví? Protože se k nim díky lobbingu a neobjektivitě médií dostanou jen falešné zprávy a mýty.
Czech organization who goes after the circuses and they are spreading many lies about us here. They base their arguments on Harris report, which is, it refers to your research. How do you feel about that?
The Harris report is extremely biased. I wrote a report back to the University of Bristol, and the government that had paid for it as to how would I say this without being really bad? But anyway, bad. It's about how biased and extremely carefully edited it was. I mean, they cited all my studies in their back, but when they were talking about why they should be banned, they only cited one or two, and it's mostly themselves or activist studies. You actually have to get into the report and see what they did. And they claim they were only going to cite studies from reputable people and studies with three or more authors that were reputable, and experienced. Okay, so they could leave out a bunch of good studies. They left out Martha Kiley Worthington's book from way back. They left out more than half of my studies because we had more than one author or multiple authors, or the reviews I often wrote just by myself. So they could leave that out and not even cite that or consider it in the text. But that's one reason why the British bans, the UK bans, are based on ethics, because there was no science. So they just didn't like it or something. And the science did not back it at all. But the Harris report was designed to try to get around that problem. But it was so biased, and he had to retire. I don't know exactly who forced him to retire from University of Bristol or how that went, but everything I know was after word got around about what he did, they decided that, he needed to be retired.
Ten problém je úplně všechno. Je to etický, kulturní, morální.
You mentioned that in the UK, the bans are based on ethics. Mr. Rabba says that keeping animals in circuses is unethical and immoral. So it's almost exactly the same. Is it unethical?
Same thing. He's trying to make the same claim. They can't make the science claim, but there's no evidence. The oldest animals are often living and traveling with circuses, because what I've listening to the old directors, circus directors years back, and zoo directors, before this was an issue, that's 40 years ago. They liked the circus animals because they were in better physical condition and they were tame. So they lived longer and they did well when they were retired and moved to zoos. And zoos tended to like former circus animals.
Do you think that a person who has plenty of experience from the zoo can judge circuses?
Oh, there's a big difference. Well, one big question is, does the person from the zoo ever go to a circus? Has he been there? Have she been there? Have they really seen what's going on? And I was so lucky when we were doing our projects, we had you guys call them a caravan, RV trailer.
Yeah.
And we parked it right in front of the elephants and the cats. I mean, the cats were right out front our front door.
I know the feeling. It's beautiful,
Yeah,
right?
you're right there. And a zoo,
Yeah.
you know, they have to get on the train or take the bus in and commute in, and then they show up, and after their coffee or tea in the morning, and then they go see their animal. And the circus, you're there. And in many of those cases, guys were even sleeping in the trucks, the elephant trucks, or very close to them, right on the location, so they could sense if the elephants were disturbed or something was happening. One of my first trips with circuses, I was just sleeping in the back of my pickup truck with my son, who was about 4 years old. And something reached in there in the middle of the night and was reaching around our stuff. And it was a little elephant in a trunk, you know, it was just reaching around. So, oh my God, there's a loose elephant. So I got up, you know, knocked on the door and said, oh yeah, don't worry about him. She'll just stay right here. Doesn't go anywhere. And she did, you know.
Do you think that some of the activists would change their mind if they actually really see what's going on?
Oh, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would. Yes, yes, yes. The Italian circus and that I was with and others, and that activists I had been involved with over the years. Yeah, if they came in and saw it, and what they told me, if they invite the protesters in and let them see it, see what's going on, and how they handle it, that fights often erupt among the protesters, saying, I don't see this abuse. You know, they look fine to me. It's a case of just getting them out there and allowing them in. Some of the old circus families, however, in the United States, took an approach of keeping them out. And that was always frustrating to me years ago, when I told them, you need to give more people access and show more about what you do.
Be open.
And yeah, be open and show them videos of where the animals are during winter quarters and how you handle them or what you do. So you can, you know, and improve your winter quarters and improve everything so it can be shown. So it's nice and clean and perfect and looks great, sort of like a zoo. Zoos have cleaned up, you know, they have very nice facilities to please people who come. So, the circuses need to do that too, or needed to do that. They've done it now, I think, in many cases.
We do it.
30 years ago, they didn't. You know, it was, oh, the cat doesn't care. The elephant doesn't care. You know, it's doing fine. But it just doesn't look good, you know, to people who come.
But even though the activists and the politicians who are against us, they never come.
Right. There's comfort in your old beliefs. Yeah, there's a lot of comfort. We get comfort in our old beliefs and know this is it. And it's sad. When I started doing some of my circus projects 25 years ago, I had a technician who I paid, you know, and I needed help with cameras and things. And I asked her to come along, and she said no. She had read everything there was to know about circuses, and it was terrible, and she wasn't going to go. I came back with other students. Students came back, and others told her what to do. She finally came and looked, and she became a huge advocate, you know, of circuses.
Do you have any advice for the Czech senators who are going to be voting about the ban next week?
Please go and see one if you can. Make sure you look into this more. Don't ban something you know nothing about and have never experienced. Your responsibility, I think, is to go check this out and look and see for yourself.
Thank you, Ted, very much. And I hope to see you maybe in the future here in Czech Republic.
Well, I'd love to come over with you and take some of the legislators back and look at your circuses. And then we each decide, you know, what's acceptable and what isn't, and if it's good or not, and find out more about them. So, yes.
See you later.
Great.
See you.
Bye.
Pokud nám chcete pomoct, mě i našemu cirkusu, i ostatním kvalitním českým cirkusům a našim zvířecím miláčkům, tak prosím sdílejte toto video, poněvadž 12. nebo 13. listopadu se na půdě Senátu rozhodne o osudu klasického, tradičního českého cirkusu. Já vám děkuju. Ahoj.